First of all, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Igor. I'm working at Native Teams for almost 2 years as a senior business development manager. Well, I'm going for all of you that might not know about Native Teams. We are an employer of record provider. Let's put it like this. Native Teams has a wide array of employment and payment solutions that are specifically tailored for freelancers and remote workers. So, as you already know, working across international borders without the right payment tools can be really challenging because a lot of freelancers today are struggling with currency conversions, with transaction delays, difficulties with accessing their earnings, and Native Teams addresses all of these challenges by really simplifying the payment and employment processes for global workers. When it comes to the payment tools, that's basically, I'm going to talk about 2 of our main tools. We have a lot more, but we kind of don't have enough time to talk about all of these. But when it comes to payment tools, we are offering even invoicing tool, first of all, which allows you to send invoices to local and international clients anywhere in the world without having to establish your own business. And as it comes to employment solutions, we own legal entities in around 60 countries in the world today, and that enables freelancers and remote workers to regulate their work status in the country they are residing in. So basically, they would be working legally through us and be properly employed with all the compliance and under the labor legislations in their respective country. So basically, that way we achieved for all freelancers to regulate their work status and first and foremost to access all of the employee benefits that they couldn't access before. And also when it comes to the companies, we are offering pretty much the same solution. So the companies can hire and manage a global workforce without the complexities of setting up legal entities in all of the countries they want to work in. So that's how we overcame those problems. I want to introduce you first to our guest speakers today. First, we have Sara. She's working for Joberty and as a marketing manager, and I'm gonna let her to tell a little bit about herself and about the Joberty and what are they doing today there.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Igor, for the introduction. Yes, my name is Sara, and I'm working in Joberty as a senior marketing and growth manager. For those who maybe don't know us, we are a developers community with the mission to make perfect matches between IT professionals and IT companies. So basically, we are a platform where IT professionals, mostly developers, can find jobs, but also inform themselves about what it's like to work in IT companies. So they can read reviews from others. And currently we have more than 100,000 users and also more than 2,000 IT companies as clients. We started in Serbia 4 years ago. Before this September, we were present in Southeastern Europe. Now we are global from September, and basically you can access Joberty from any country in the world. So that would be a short one for the start.
All right. Thank you, Sara, for the introduction. And let me also introduce to you Darko Zdravkovski. And Darko has been freelancing for the most of his life. So he will provide us with the insights from the freelancer's perspective of view. And yeah, so Darko, please tell us a little bit more about yourself and about your work.
Sure. Thank you, Igor. So my name is Darko. I work for an international company called Supersite. We deliver top quality design for all the big names in the tech industry, like Google, Meta, Reddit, Webflow, just to name a few. I currently work there as a senior graphic and UX UI designer, tackling different kinds of projects, both internally and client facing. And yeah, that's pretty much it in the summed up.
All right, thank you. We can cut to the chase. I'm gonna start with some questions first for Sarah. I would like for her to give us insights about the Jobberty and how they managed to achieve some things. So, could you please, Sarah, elaborate on the precise tactics or programs that Jobberty has put in place to draw and to keep top talent in the gig economy and in the sector that you are recruiting for?
Yeah, sure. Well, I will give you some, let's say, few insights. Um, for the start, we recognize, as I mentioned, the one thing which is very important for us is matching candidates with suitable companies. So, from our perspective, it shouldn't be that only companies should choose candidates. Also, professionals from different industries should be choosing and let's say to also to have some kind of interviews for companies. That's why we are encouraging people to share their experience, what it's like to work in companies. And for now, we have more than 20,000 reviews. We have different categories of reviews, and you can share your experience about products, technologies, culture and team, salary, interview process, but also the thing which we recognized as very important when candidates are making a career decision is purpose. So the special category, let's say like that we have for reviews is purpose. And we recognize that people want to see, is their work going to be meaningful? What is actually like to work on some product or in some company? And now people can share their experience and read about others, and that is definitely something that has impact in making a future decision about their careers or about their future employers. Also, starting from this September, we started developing AI matching system. So now we are trying to match candidates and companies even better. You can try that by filling the perfect match form, where you have different categories and different things you preferred to see in the company where you are going to work, or with people who you are going to work, or you can basically put a focus on things which are really important to you, and then the algorithm is doing its thing and matching you with a suitable company. So the whole thing is about not only to apply for a job and to work for anyone. We want to help people to work for really suitable company or a client. That's maybe something which is different when we compare ourselves with other platforms.
Yeah, basically, you answered my next question also. And could you elaborate a little bit more on the AI system that you're going to use? Because actually, I was really interested in what technology you might implement to actually be better at what are you doing and to make better matches with candidates and their employers.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, that AI matching system is still in a beta version, so we don't want like to brag with I don't know, huge AI thing, because the algorithm is still learning. So for now, that's pretty good matching system, but we are still learning, and we are very eager to hear feedbacks and everything, and that's why in previous months we were collecting many feedbacks about matches we made. As I mentioned, you have different kind of fields which where you choose what are you preferring in your job search, but also in the end you can see results and different kind of matches. So matches can be like amazing, great, or good, and then you can choose where do you want to apply. Also, we are not matching only jobs and people, we are matching companies and people. So it's not only about your title, it's also about where do you want to work. For example, do you love a startup culture or corporate culture or different things? Do you want to work remote or on site? Do you have some specific benefits you want to have in your environment? So yeah, basically we are still developing, but I think we are on a pretty good way for now.
All right, thank you. And again, you mentioned a little bit the topic of my next question for you, which would actually be what measures has Joberty taken to address the challenges of, let's say, gig economy workers or contractors today, such as job insecurity, lack of benefits that you might occur, and also how have these initiatives impacted the platform itself?
Well, yeah, as I mentioned, we started to work on that matching system because we saw that some benefits are not suited for all candidates. So now we are not only providing chance for candidates to tell what they want, we are also giving a chance to companies to hear what actually candidates want to have in their, or to see in their environment, or from their leaders in their team. So yeah, one of the thing where we are trying to help with this problem and with these challenges is by working on that AI matching system, but also we have different kind of contents on Joberty, like blogs, webinars, and everything. All of these materials are free. So in most of cases, topics are actually connected with things you mentioned. So that's also a way we are trying to help community, and also we are trying to improve transparency in the especially IT community by encouraging people to share their experience.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing, because you are also aiming towards the let's say employees' health, since you are trying to connect them with let's say companies that share the similar values like them. And yeah, really nice from your side. And okay, so about the question I asked Sara, Darko, I would like you, because you have extensive freelance experience. So about the issues we mentioned in the last question, for example, freelancers that are basically not being recognized as workers in most of the countries in the world. And yeah, how did you cope with that? And also regarding not having the access to all of the employee benefits, which can be pretty important at some point in life. I mean, when we are young, we are not thinking much about those stuff like health insurance, pension funds. But you come to a point in life where you need to think about those things too. So how did you deal with those issues, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, well, at first when I started, there wasn't many options that I can use to sort of deal with that issue at that time. Right now we have a ton of options to choose from. I particularly chose native themes. but also in the beginning of every freelancer career. By the way, the design industry is like 90% freelancers, so that should be as a hint to this. And also, uh, in the beginning, you don't really need sort of like that, because we all start from an early age, and at that age that is not a priority. Priority is to learn as much as we can, get a decent amount of clients, and just deal with that later as it comes. So no designer thinks of that at the beginning. And now when you uh, do have a successful career, or you're just starting to climb up the ladder, you need to sort of like think of those things, how you can uh, uh, deal with your income, how you can think about the pension fund, how you can think about the health insurance. You can sort of like uh, diversify all of your need to different companies, so you can just stick to one. As I said, native teams provides all of that packed into one. So I go for that every day of the week.
Okay. Okay, so could you tell me, for example, what steps can some, let's say, freelancers, independent contractors, because we have a lot of competition today, especially on the popular platforms like Upwork, like TopTal, like some of those. So basically, what advice could you give to the freelancers that are working through those platforms, how to leverage themselves in front of the other people, how to make more job offerings for themselves, how they can differentiate from the others there?
Well, first of all, you need to have a great portfolio, and you need to build yourself an online presence, like a quality one. Uh, First of all, your LinkedIn needs to be in order. So you must have uh, you need to post regularly, enter in discussions that bring up your name to other people, connect with as much people as you can, because LinkedIn, as part of the whole network, is usually a great source of leads and clients that you can work with, and the clients can filter out all the other noise that they get while being on Upwork or Fiverr, where everyone competes for the same spot. But if you do decide to go with Upwork or Fiverr or 99 Designs, or whatever it is, uh, one thing I've usually noticed is that the thumbnail designs need to be as bright and loud as it possibly can for it to be noticed. And also you need to focus on having great copy, saying under your name what you exactly do is gonna go a long way. For example, if I say I'm just a graphic designer, there are millions of other graphic designers. But if I say I'm a visual or a graphic designer or UI designer that works, let's say, for example, in the fashion industry, helping fashion brands express themselves in a unique way that most other businesses don't, I'm gonna be on top of the list because I niched down. And a lot of creatives, they are going trying to do as much stuff as they can. Always on the beginning, always niche down and look for a specific thing that you're great at. And then after you build up your skills, you build up your confidence, you can branch out and take as many projects as you like.
Okay, thank you. I see that Luiza has resolved her connection issues, so I would like her to introduce you guys to herself. So, Luiza, would you mind saying a little bit more about yourself and about your work, and to just to provide us an overview about your work before?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you a lot. And excuse me for having these technical problems. I'm happy to meet you, all of you. My name is Luiza Banyai. I'm from Romania. I'm an engineer working in HR since 2000. And I was working for 12 companies, big corporation and medium corporations. And now, starting last year, I'm a freelance entrepreneur working as a consultant for company transformations. So I'm happy to be together with you and to respond to questions or discussing about the gig economy from both perspectives, intrapreneurship perspective and entrepreneurship perspective. So and also I'm co-founder for institute for psychosocial health in organization and outside organization. So happy to be here and discuss about all this stuff.
Thank you. That's actually the most important reason of why are you here with us, because we want to hear from you. Let's say from psychological perspective, working as a freelancer today, working in the thriving gig economy, which is, I mean, it's really hard to be working in the gig economy today since competition is really great. So I wanted to ask you a few things. First, what do you think? What psychological issues do freelancers frequently encounter, in your opinion, and also from your experience, and how these issues can be resolved? I'm thinking about the issues, for example, their insecurity about the work, their insecurity about the future income, and some things like that. So, would you give some advice to those people who are coping with these kind of issues?
Absolutely. From my perspective, and not only, also from the statistics related with future of work and also with World Economic Forum, for example, we have the same issues, being entrepreneurs, freelancers, or employees, but depend on our focus and depend on our self-esteem. So we have to take into consideration the fact that all people needs four important points in order to be safe. We need to have safetiness, and we need our brain need to be safe. So in order to create safetiness for our brain, it's important to take into consideration four factors. One is we need to know what is our contribution. We need to know how our work impact and to understand more about our impact in our family, in our society, in our work. And this is related with our significance, and this is related with our self-esteem. And the other two factors are related with connection, because we are people and we need to be connected, and also with recognition. And these last two factors are related with I'm visible. So I'm here for you meaning my family, my colleagues, my employers, my collaborators. It's important to be connected and to be recognized. For this reason, it's very important to invest first in leading yourself. It's important to invest in our learning, in our continuous learning, in our and in our connection with other people. So from my side, these are very important.
Yeah, that was actually correlated with my next question for you, because, for example, I'm working at Native. I never worked before as a freelancer.
Yes.
So I never actually for example, because I'm working at companies from the start of my career, I always had a sense of community and belonging somewhere. So that's what I wanted to ask you. How can a sense of community and belonging be fostered among gig economy workers who often work independently, and freelancing is generally a solitary profession? So Would you have some opinion on that?
Yeah. Somehow this is related also with our personality qualities, because if you are an introvert person, it's somehow, and if you are an extrovert like me, it's different. But what is important is to be focused on the fact that in your life you need connection, meaning that it's important to use the network intelligence. And please read about this. There are a lot of materials related with network intelligence and collaborative communities. And understand first what is your need related with collaboration, what is your need related with connecting other people, and after that find out how you can be part of these communities. For example, I can give you an example from my life. In this moment, I'm present on Discord, for example, in some communities, engineering communities, where I give them advices for their career approach. Part of them are freelancers, part of them are independents working in gaming, for example, and part of them are employees for companies. But this is important because this community feed my need to be part and to share and to support. So it's a need, and it's related with some of my motivational factors. What I want to pinpoint here is the fact that we need to be connected, but also we have to understand, each of us, what type of connection we need. Because part of us, we need only connection, for example, face-to-face with our family or with our friends, and we need e-connection with some virtual communities. Other people need connection with all these circles, meaning with our colleagues, with our collaborators, with our family, with our friends. And for example, some of my colleagues, freelancer colleagues, choose to stay in co-working spaces. And in this way, they have the possibility to have face-to-face or, very human connection, not only with their friends or with their families. You have to take into consideration the fact that we have mind, we have heart, and we have stomach. And between them, we have the vagus nerve. And it's a very important connection. And what we are thinking, it's related with our emotions, but for all 5 generations, because you know that in this moment, we have 5 generations in the same global workplace. So 5 generations, 5 different contexts, 5 different historically differences and approaches. It's very important to understand your meaning and your purpose. And this is related with your significance. And this has to be connected also with your network. Having networks, being part from communities is part of your well-being. And it's part of your recognition, being connected and being visible as a human being. So my very short conclusion here and recommendation is to first understand what is motivating you in creating connections. Second, monitor your connections with your family, with your friends, and with the others, and understand the quality of the relation that you build in your life before now, and what type of quality of relation you want to build in the future. And also take into consideration the fact that we have in the same workplace 5 generations, and knowing you, meaning that you invest in your self-esteem and self-awareness and understand more about you, you will know how to know more about the other people.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Thank you very much for your answer.
You're
I
right.
think it gave us really good insights about how can actually freelancers feel the community and be a part of it and take care of their well-being for sure.
Igor, what I want to pinpoint here is the fact that we are in the period of this moment when the power of community, it's very, very important. From the community, you can take joy, willingness, ideas. You can generate ideas together with your collaborators. You can listen. You can learn about how you can have patience. You can learn about the others. But very important, you can create meaningful connections, which will give you well-being in your professional life.
Okay, and regarding the same topic, I have, I mean, not quite the same, but similar. I have one question for Darko, which would be, how do you as a freelancer deal with difficulties of preserving work-life balance? Because, I mean, because you are a freelancer, you don't quite work from 9 to 5, you can... So yeah, how do you deal with that? Because at some point you can have, let's say, 15 gigs, and at some point you can have just 2. So how do you deal with that one, and how do you preserve your personal life? How do you divide it from business life?
Absolutely, great question. What I want to say is that flexible working time and working as a freelancer is both a curse and a benefit. Because the great thing is no one needs to tell you what to do, and that's both the bad and the good thing. So you have to figure this out for yourself. You can develop systems, either go really old school, pen and paper, develop a schedule, what you need to do, and provide yourself and the client with the estimates for the day. For example, this project or this website should take me 2 hours to finish. And then I give myself like a extra 15 minutes after that in case I need to do something in between, and I try to follow that schedule that I have set up for myself to the point. But there is an exception to everything, and sometimes, especially in this period during the end of the year, things can be a little bit chaos. So you as a freelancer, you are flexible and maintain that flexibility. Some days you're gonna work 2 hours and take the whole day for yourself. Some day you're gonna work 12 hours. It really depends on the day. But at the end of the day, work-life balance is different for everyone, because you can feel exhausted with 5 hours of work, or you can feel fulfilled with 10 hours of work. It really depends on the person. No need to follow exact formula that is online and to listen to everyone else. How much should you work and how much should you rest, and you should do that, you should do that. You need to focus on what you really need.
Right, thank you.
Igor,
Yes.
can I thank you, Darko. Very, very good point. Can I put also something here from the burnout point of view, please?
Feel free to tell what you
No.
need to tell. No
Please.
problem.
Remember that the most important person in your life is you. So it's not an egocentristic approach. It's a very realistic one. We have a lot of things to do during not only the day, during the week. For example, we have to balance downtime, changing the world. We have a lot of pressures from the family, from friends, from kids, family demands. So what I can recommend is thriving and not just surviving. Remember that we are human beings. We have pleasures. We have to understand our meaning, our purpose. I recommend you to recap at 6 months your qualities. What are your strengths, not your weaknesses, because the weaknesses are what are seen by the others, are not ours. When I saw a weakness in you, a weak at you, Igor, it's about me, it's not about you. So please see your qualities, see your strengths, and remember why you choose to be freelance, why you choose to do this. Remember the fact that being a freelance, meaning that you are flexible, you have courage, you want to do things in another way. You don't want to burn out your brain. You want to do quality in your life and your family life, yes. So this is very important. And please be careful with the sign that your brain and your body gives to you, because your body is very smart. And always the body will tell you, stop. Guys, stop. For example, when you have a flu and your throat is very bad, meaning that your body said stop and take care of you. So please see your brain, you cannot see your fears, you can feel them, but it's important to take care of your head, of your heart, and of your body. And the physical movement is very important. Always, for all 5 generations, we have to do movement, and not necessarily only gym, but dancing, but also take care of your head and of your heart. And the burnout signs are related with, for example, when you don't have a good sleep in the night, when you cannot stop your thinking, you stay in the beta waves, dung, 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 your brain making like this, and you cannot enjoy the discussion with your spouse, with your friends. Always you are thinking about how to solve problems. This is not good. This is a sign that you have to take a deep breath and think a little bit about who am I, why I'm choosing to do this type of job, why I'm here, what is my purpose, what I want to achieve, and why, what are my qualities. And guys, because it's Christmas, and it's not necessarily only the Christmas, but it's the end of the year, take some moments to gratitude yourself. It's very important, gratitude, and thinking about how I achieve this, what are my qualities, and for what I have gratitude. Increase your serotonin quantity with double, and making you understand what is important, really important in your life. Because as an engineer speaking now, and after that I will end. Very pragmatic, you can think in this way. I have some healthy issue. If the response is not, it's okay. I have a big problem with healthy in my family. No. Otherwise, the other problems is only in our heads. And the good news is that also only us with our heads, we can deal with them. So don't worry, because worry creates a lot of bad chemistry inside your body.
Thank you. I have one question for you, Sara, that touches the topic of well-being of freelancers and employees. You barely answered some of it while you were, I think, answering the third question. But what role does user feedback play in shaping the evolution of Jobertis platform, and how does the company prioritize continuous improvement based on the user insights, based on their review of the companies and everything?
Yeah. First of all, Luiza, thank you for wonderful tips and reminders. I think we really need those things to remember and to remind ourselves on and on. And Igor, regarding your question, if we are talking about product, Joberty as itself, yeah, we are collecting feedback nonstop because we are having different kind of outreach campaigns where we are practically reaching out our users and basically shaping product because of those type of feedback. That's why we have some, I don't know, new types of reviews. We saw that people want to know about the team, about the leadership, about the culture in company, and those things are really important for them. And that's why we shape the product, which now is suiting preferences by candidates. So, as Luiza mentioned in one moment, it is not only about, for example, yes, salary is very important when someone is choosing their job and other benefits, but for most of the people, purpose, as I mentioned also before, is very important when they are choosing their next job, and also the team, the environment, because that is going to be the most of their life in the next period. So yeah, by hearing those feedback, now we have some different kind of features on Joberty, but also, as I mentioned, by collecting those feedback, we are also having impact on companies, what should be also important for them. So we are not involving this in our product, but we are also trying to make things different in the whole community together with IT companies, and to make better workplaces for the people who are also our users. But we are here because we are trying to make a better environment, especially in IT industry.
Okay,
Maybe
thank you.
here we can also pinpoint a little bit the psychological safetiness, which is related with financial safetiness, learning safetiness, collaborator safeness, family safetiness. There are some, please, it's a very interesting material on the web related with psychological safety, and I recommend to you to take 1 hour, not 5 minutes, because it's a big material. It's not it's only also a book, but this is related with psychological safety, and one of the main important points of psychological safety for your body and for your soul and for your heart is related with physical safety and also financial safety. And for example, using this type of partners like native teams and for your financial contact is very, very important. Using, for example, gyms for your gym workplace, not workplace, places for gym for your physical safety is very important. Having the freedom to express your emotion, express your thoughts, it's very important in your family and with your collaborators. So please, I will find the material and put on the chat, and maybe Igor, you can give to all people, because it's a very, very good material related with psychological safety and why it's important to saw all these points together. Thank you.
I have one question also for you, Luiza,
Yes.
and it's the question based basically because you are working you were working actually in HR sector for a really long time. So I wanted to ask you, for example, from your experience, what are some of the key factors that contribute to job satisfaction and fulfillment, and not just only in the companies, but also in freelancing world? What do you think would be the key factors there? But especially this one is mostly related to the companies and company environment.
Job satisfaction. Also here, I recommend all of you to read materials from Gallup survey. Very interesting. It's the Gallup survey, because there you can see how Gallup measure the satisfaction, and you can measure your own satisfaction in this way. It's very interesting. It's an introspection exercise. Excellent. But from my side, when I discuss with my clients and generally with people about satisfaction, satisfaction is correlated with me, my the relation with my collaborators in our with the team. Understanding the impact of my results in the team results or project results is okay. Inside the companies is related with the direct relation with my manager. It's very important. And here it's very interesting that related with the country cultures is very interesting how this relation with the collaborators and with the manager impact me. Because, for example, in the task-oriented countries like Germany, for example, the direct relation with the manager is not so, because the manager is not an authority. But in the relation-based countries like Japan, for example, or Australia, the relation is very important. So it's a very important motivational factor, and we have to take into consideration because, by the way, please take into consideration also the fact that the country culture is related with your birthplace, and is related not with what we are thinking, is related with how we see the world around us, because it's related with our native place, and it's related with our childhood. Okay, and also in terms of satisfaction, the salary, for sure, it's a very important point, but not only the salary. For example, when I was working close with programmers, with tech guys, generally speaking, for them was very important not only the salary, but to be sure that they will not have problems with payments, with the whole context related with their benefits, with their salary increase, and with their performance context. So this is very important, and also now and also in the past, I had to take care about the whole context related with their payments, because also in the company that I work for, I have freelancers who work with us, and also employees. Freelancers for this different type of temporary projects, and permanent employees for permanent employees. And we have to take care always about their financial context, because they need to be safe. They need to have all things organized in order for them to have meaning and purpose. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. I have one question for Darko, and I think we can wrap up and see if we have some questions maybe from the audience. But what I forgot to ask you, Darko, is what strategies have you found effective for managing multiple projects when you have on multiple projects simultaneously? but without compromising the quality of your work and also your well-being.
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned in the previous question, you need to communicate with your clients at the best of your abilities. For example, you need to be vocal about what you can achieve for that amount of time during the project. And if you have multiple projects, you're jumping from one to another. And usually the clients they request some change, or they want to move the deadline closer to the date, or something like that. Yeah, most freelancers, at least I'd say designers, well, even developers as well, they usually tend to do that. And with doing that, they're gonna make one client happy but piss off like three others and themselves, because it's better uh, to find clients that tailor to yourself more than you tailor to them. Because when you're sure of your quality, if you produce constant flow of quality designs or code, or whatever it is, and if someone disrupts that flow, that's gonna spill into all the other projects that you're working on. So in summary, be vocal about every changes that the client requested. And also, uh, it helps having a contract which says what you'll do task by task. For example, you need to deliver that part of the project on the 12th of any month, and you stick to that. And if the client requests to have it earlier, you can simply tell them that even it is gonna cost more, or they that you have another project to tend to. And usually when when you bring up the price, the deadline, it's not changing. So uh, just be vocal, be confident in your ability, and tell all of your clients your deadlines and what you and expectations that they need to meet, as well as the expectations that you need to meet.
Thank you. We have one question from the audience, and that one is for Sara. And I think we now know what is the most important thing here. The question is, can Joberty filter out employers with job postings with the salary being competitive?
Yeah, it's a bit questionable what is competitive salary.
Yeah.
I think that that's different for different kind of roles and people in general. But yes, we are working on that. Unfortunately, only few companies now are like willing to present salary. It's a bit different when we're talking about a freelance project, where maybe you know how much you will be paid for that specific project. And it's a bit different when we are talking about IT companies who are like maybe have job ads for full-time employees or something. In that case, they are still not that ready to present salary, even though we are encouraging them, because we see that companies who are transparent with salaries have better results with job ads. They have more clicks on job ads. Also, they are receiving better candidates are applying for those positions. So in every case, they win, but it's still a bit shady here. But the good thing is that we see the trend that it's increasing, and that more and more companies are like ready to be transparent about that. And now I think that will be also the part of like employer branding strategy for many companies, because they saw that is something which is attracting good candidates. So unfortunately, we still don't have that option because we don't have resources, but hopefully we will have it in the future.
Here, can I make a point here, please?
Yes, of course.
Here I will discuss. I discuss about my HR perspective. So this is another motivation for having a strong network. Why? Because for sure you will apply for different type of temporary jobs or projects or things like this. But first, it's important to know your qualities. It's important to know your value. It's important to trust in yourself. Second, it's important to have a good network because you can ask them about the salaries. Third, take into consideration the fact that now we have a picker tracker systems and a lot of filters, and your data goes in this type of employers boards, but there are so many filters, and your data could be lost. So this is again very important to start building and invest time in build your own network in order to be sure that you can put questions, take informations, be informed when you apply for a company. When you apply for a company or you apply to work in some projects for companies, please apply business intelligence a way of working. Find information about the company, find information about who is inside my network, who is working there, and call or whatever. Not necessary call because it's not for 5th generation, the calling, but take WhatsApp, email, whatever you want, Insta, TikTok, whatever what you want, but find information and trust in yourself. It's very important to trust in yourself and to know what you want, because when your brain know what you want, the brain will give you solution for sure.
Thank you, Luiza. Unfortunately, we are out of time. I think we could go on and on these topics because really you cannot say enough when it comes to these things. But unfortunately, we have to wrap it up. So I want to thank you all. First of all, thank you, Sara, for providing us the strategies and insights that Jobert implemented in their work, and also thank you for using the reviews of your customers for actually making your service better and for tailoring their needs and aiming employers in the right direction when it comes to the well-being of employees. Thank you, Luiza, for providing us with really valuable insights on, let's say, mental health of the workers today and workers in the gig economy, and also Darko for your extensive how to say it? Sorry. Extensive knowledge about the freelancing because you are really let's say a few years into it, and thank you for that. I hope everybody has learned something from this, and we might see each other on some next webinar or conference or something like that.
Thank you. Thank you, Igor.
Thank you, Igor. It was our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for joining. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Have a good
guys.
evening.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.